What's up guys, Dr. Kyle Loveless here again. I want to talk to you today about what psoriasis actually is. This is probably the most important thing you can understand if you have psoriasis, and the reason is because I can talk about how to get rid of something, we can talk about what to eat, what not to eat, all that, but it's really important that you understand what you're actually dealing with. You know, when I had psoriasis, so I spent probably the first, from as far as I can remember, age 4 maybe, till about 5 years ago with psoriasis. Had it on my elbow here, had it on my scalp, and it would come and go throughout the year, usually worse in the summer or winter time, which I'll talk about why that is. I made the changes diet-wise and things like that, but truly understanding that psoriasis isn't a skin issue is so important. So I'm gonna say that again, it's not a skin issue. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about what it actually is. And once you know what something is, then you can actually go after it. And so watch this video, it's gonna be quick, it's gonna be to the point, and I'm gonna talk to you about what psoriasis is. Hey, make sure you like this channel or subscribe to this channel, like this video, and do all those other things that you're supposed to on YouTube to make us grow, because we wanna help more people. Okay, if you can do that for us, leave comments if you like this video or if you want to see other things talked about. If you want our help, you can definitely reach out to us. We've had lots of people reach out to us for skin issues like psoriasis, and we've been able to see awesome results with them. All right, let's do this. So what is psoriasis? Psoriasis is actually an immune system problem, right? The word psoriasis actually means itchy condition. So sore, itchy, psoriasis condition. So it's sore, it's an itchy condition. If you have psoriasis, I know I can promise you felt that. You know, for me, again, most of my life I've had psoriasis, and it wasn't until I made some specific changes that I'm gonna talk about in these next couple of videos that I was able to get rid of it. But it's miserable. I mean, it really is. It itches all the time, it bleeds easily, it just pops up out of the middle of nowhere. If you get sick, like with something like strep, or you're really stressed, it starts getting all over the place. And for some people, mine was on my elbow, mine was on my head, so I get dandruff. But for some people, it's on their face, it's on their whole body, and it can be very, very frustrating in terms of, because people can see it, and it's just frustrating, right? So I wanna help you figure out what it is so you can start to make some changes. If you've gone to your doctor, medical doctor over the years, and dermatologists, they pretty much use expensive creams, steroid creams. Steroid cream is a cortisone cream, which our body produces cortisone, and it's meant to knock down the inflammation that's happening. Okay, psoriasis is when your skin cells, instead of reproducing every, I think, weeks at a time, it's reproducing every few days, and you're getting this bulk of skin. And that's what psoriasis ultimately is. It's reproducing skin cells way too fast. And it's this autoimmune response that's happening. The reason that happens is because it's an antibody response. Things get through the digestive system, they get in the bloodstream, our body starts to create antibodies to proteins in a lot of our foods. It could be a viral issue, like, or a bacterial issue, like with strep. When people get strep, a lot of times that will lead to other autoimmune responses causing psoriasis. But ultimately what happens is it's an overactive, what they call a T helper cell response, okay? Specifically Th17, it's an overactive response where it'll actually start to attack cells and create this inflammatory response. Now, T helper cells are good, but when they become overactive, this is where we see autoimmunity. And so our body has something called T regulator cells that are supposed to be taking those things out, and those get suppressed. So you have this overactive Th, a suppression T regulatory cells, and that's where you see this autoimmune response. The good news is there's things we can do to help those things, okay? And some of these videos I'm gonna talk about in the future are gonna be, what do you take to downregulate that Th response? What do you take to upregulate your T regulator response? What do you do to kind of calm down that autoimmune response? And how do you figure out what led to the autoimmune response in the first place, right? Very specific. And how do you increase or take things or do things that are gonna act like cortisone, or work on supporting cortisone in your body so that your own anti-inflammatory system knocks this stuff out. Pretty cool stuff, okay? So some of the things I wanna talk about here real quick before we end up is having a plan, okay? So now that you know psoriasis, okay, it's an immune system issue. Most of the time it goes back to our digestive system creating that response. But what do you do once you know what it is? Well, you gotta come up with a plan. I like to test. I like to test the digestive system. I like to test food allergies and make sure you're getting foods out of your diet. I like to look at your lifestyle and the other foods that you're eating. I like to look at your diet and see, okay, what foods do we need to start to take out right off the bat? I also like to look at how much sleep you're getting, what the stress in the rest of your life looks like, and then finally, your immune system. And what are some things you can start taking to boost up and help support your immune response? Okay, so there's a lot to it, but at the end of the day, guys, knowing what psoriasis is the starting point. So I hope that video was helpful. Now you know, hey, it's an immune response. A cortisone cream is not gonna be your answer. It's not only is it expensive, it's very toxic. And it's also suppressing your immune system, which is what helps you fight off cancers and things like that. So it's almost like having this chronic immune response, which we know can lead to cancer. So you gotta find answers, and you do that by starting to test and research and realize it's an immune condition, not a skin condition. All right, guys. Hey, like this video and share it. Next, keep watching because we're gonna start diving in